flay you alive. One more word and you won't survive.
What's up, guys? Your boy Moho, back with a class setup video. I did one of these about maybe 2 weeks ago, and it was kind of like, you know, when the game first came out, and I wanted to give you guys an update on what I'm actually using, what I felt was the best so far. Right now, I feel like the MSMC is the only SMG currently to use for me that can really remain consistent against all the ARs. I did hear, although, on LAN, it is actually better, but the PDW is probably the primary weapon to use on LAN. I don't know why that is. Nobody really said why. I don't know if I believe that or not, because if every gun is better on LAN than the MSNC, if it's better online, then it's obviously going to be really good on LAN as well. I feel like nobody really gave it a shot. I feel like somebody went off with it and they were like, "Oh my god, I got to use it." But that's just what I heard. I don't really know until I try it for myself. Just wanted to give you guys that that little helpful insight, because if you guys have any LANs coming up, the PDW is probably your best choice from what everybody is saying. But that would not stop me from trying the MSNC as well on LAN. But anyway, to get back into it, yes, MSNC for me is the most consistent to go up against any other ARs or any other weapon, period. For those of you who do or do not know, there is a patch coming out. They're going to be nerfing the SMGs. They're going to be nerfing the ARs. Basically, what this patch is going to be doing is taking your SMGs and basically botching them up, to be honest with you, and making the ARs powerful, more powerful than they already are. They're adding recoil to the SMGs, and we'll get into that later, but I just want to talk to you guys about why I choose the classes that I choose right now. So, right now, my current setup, pre-patch, is MSNC, long barrel, quick draw handle. And the reason I use quick draw is because I feel like you don't need laser sight. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I feel like right now, pre-patch, you do not need the laser sight. I was an avid user of the laser sight, but I took it off and I still did the same without it, so I went with something that could basically help me win a lot of my gunfights, because as you guys know, I'm like a rusher, so I need something that's going to be quick. And quick draw enables me to run around the map and zoom in quickly and just try to win most of my gunfights. I use lightweight and flak jacket, toughness, dead silence, and extreme conditioning. The reason I don't use dexterity anymore is because I barely climb things, and when I do, I try to be careful about it now. And I feel like extreme conditioning really works, especially for S&D. And a lot of people don't use dead silence, but I feel like I need it right now, because there is a sound setting in your options that allows people to hear better, and I feel like if they can hear better, I think it's like a sound booster or something like that in the options. I don't know the name of it, actually. I know a lot of you guys probably know about it, but it just makes everything louder, and it kind of makes you feel like you need that silence, especially in like S&D or just any other game type. And I use perk 1 greed and perk 3 greed. I don't use anything else. I feel like having those two perks on there, given the rule set that we have now, is probably the best option to do, or to have. Going down to my second gun, it's another MSNC. I have a long barrel and a foregrip. I have not used this yet. This is going to be after the patch. I'm gonna try to get used to it. I'm gonna try to do whatever I can, because if what they're saying to us is correct, they're going to be adding recoil to the hip fire. They're going to be adding recoil to the MSNC and the PDW. So if they're going to be adding recoil, I feel like I'm going to have foregrip on there, because this gun already has some type of recoil to it. It didn't need a patch like that. I don't know why they did that, but I'm going to go ahead and get used to this. I rock the same exact perks on the right-hand side for the same exact reasons. Basically the same class. The only thing switched was foregrip. The next class is another MSNC, but I wanted to try something new. So originally I chose the first two classes, long barrel and quick draw, or quick handle, for basically to win my gunfights up close if I'm rushing, and then I chose the grip because of the recoil. Well, I decided to put this all together on my third class. I haven't really played competitively yet with this, because these two classes here are basically after the patch, and I haven't really played with them yet. So that's why I put primary gunfighter on there for the 3 attachments, so I can get the best of both worlds after the patch. And I had to sacrifice one of my perks, and that was extreme conditioning. And a lot of you guys have seen me run before. I do the sprint cancellation technique where I sprint, hit X, sprint, hit X, sprint, hit X, and I get to where I need to go pretty quickly. And it doesn't stop me from, you know, it doesn't really hurt me as bad as it would hurt somebody else who just straight up sprints. And that's why I sacrificed extreme conditioning. For my next class, I use Vector. I don't use the PDW. I'll be honest with you. I think the PDW is kind of trash online unless you're host or unless you're playing on a FiOS connection. It is very unreliable. I do not recommend you use that gun. That's just my personal input. You guys can use it. You can do whatever, but that's just me. I don't feel like that gun is worth using at this point with all the connection issues that's been going on. So the main reason I use the Vector is because, 1, it is a shoot straight type of gun. 2, it shoots pretty quick. Not as quickly as a Scorpion, but it does shoot quick and it does register bullets. And 3, with extended clips on there, it's actually a really legit gun to use. I feel like it's the most underrated gun right now. A lot of people haven't used it yet. And as far as the perks, I use the same exact thing for the same exact reasons as the top classes above. My last one is going to be, since there's not enough creative class options, I just went ahead and put long barrel, extended clip, and foregrip on there. For the same reason, I want the best of both worlds after the patch. I want to be able to control recoil. I want to be able to have my extended clips on there. And, of course, you know, I don't, like I said, I sacrificed extreme conditioning for this. These are still classes that I'm testing. I highly doubt this will be legit, or this will be my official, you know, last setup class video. But this is what I'm using now, and it's working. And I just wanted to let you guys know, because a lot of you guys would keep asking questions about it, because I don't like to be out of date with the class setup that I gave you earlier on last 2 weeks ago or something like that. But anyway, I want to get into the patches, okay? What they're going to be doing for the SMGs. And I'm going to put up a little thing on here as well so you can see this. As you can see, all SMGs increased hip-fire recoil. So without aiming down the sights, when you're shooting, your gun is going to rise up. That's the recoil. All increased max hip fire spread from 4.75 to 5. So I guess like your bullets will be hitting a wider target or a wider range. So it'll increase the accuracy, or it'll decrease the accuracy while hip firing. I think that what they wanted to do there is they wanted to make you use the laser, I guess. I guess that's... I feel like right now the laser and the grip is useless at this point. And I feel like it's preventing people from using it, and they want people to use that. So I think that's why they're doing these nerfs for the SMGs. So that's why you're going to see increased recoil and an increased hip fire spread. And as you guys can see, all reduced bullet penetration. I know we've all been in Delhi before on the map standoff, and somebody just shoots us through some wall. I do agree with that. That's one thing I do agree with. The SMG penetration is godlike in this game. It's like shooting through paper, and that's what they're going to be doing for that. This is what I don't know about yet. I haven't played with it yet, so I don't want to like say it's going to be bad, but I don't feel like they should have did this at all. The MSMC is increased recoil slightly. They say slightly, so maybe it's not noticeable. And the PDW 5.7 is increased recoil slightly as well. With how inconsistent the PDW is online already, I don't know how damaging this is going to be adding recoil to it, honestly. And for the assault rifles, let's go right into that. All reduced idle sway for more reliable long-range aiming. Basically, they're doing some changes to the M8. For all the ARs, you're going to have reduced sway, which is going to be able to allow you to pick people off more easily during long-range gunfights. XM8 or the M8 reduced lethal range to 3-hit kills from 250 to 50. Basically, I think that what that means is making it weaker. I can't say that I am against that at all. I think the M8 is a little overpowered right now, just because of the fire rate on it. I think if they were going to do anything on it, I think they should have just reduced the fire rate a little bit. But anyway, XM8 plus select fire, increased recoil. FAL plus select fire, increased recoil. And the SWAT select fire, increased recoil. I agree with this. I think if you're going to have select fire on your assault rifles, you should have more recoil. That's just my personal opinion. I think this is going to be a good update for that general area. For the MTAR, they made auto-aim values consistent with all other assault rifles. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. I don't really use the MTAR. I feel like that gun is irrelevant compared to like the M8 or the Type 25. But yeah, that's basically what's going on with the assault rifles. I don't really use the assault rifles that much. Maybe after the patch I'll use them a little bit more. But right now I feel like, for me, SMG is probably better. It suits my game a little bit more. And just for some other improvements that kind of caught my eye. Well, the main improvement was the overall theater and live streaming stability. So whenever you load a gameplay in theater, it's gonna load up quickly. It's not gonna give you any issues. It's not gonna freeze your Xbox. And improved film rendering stability. Improved overall theater and live streaming. So theater's not going to crash on you, basically. And for the improved film rendering stability, and made progression bar more accurate while rendering a film. I haven't really rendered any films yet, but I do load a lot of theaters so I can record for you guys. And the improved film rendering stability is going to be really good. It's basically going to make it to where once you load up a film, it's going to load immediately, or it's going to load without any hassle or any issues. But anyway, if you guys want to check out the full detailed list of what's going to be happening, I'm going to leave that in the description box. I just wanted to touch on some stuff that kind of affects the competitive gaming side of the community. Also, this patch has been released for the PS3. It hasn't been released for the Xbox yet. They said that, in the article, they said that it's going to be released sometime this weekend. So let's hope to see that actually follow through. But anyway, it's your boy Moho. Please like, favorite, and subscribe. If you have any questions, please put it in the comment box, and I will get back to you guys. We'll catch y'all later. Peace.